right. Here's a build using Striker, St Elmos, and a couple Bellstone pieces. Was kind of I've enjoyed playing with modifiers in this game since they've introduced them. Creates a new dynamic. In some ways, it makes the game harder. Sometimes it makes parts of it a little bit easier. Adds a different fun factor depending on your skill level. The modifiers, you have to unlock them through the different journeys throughout the Shades of Red season. So you have kind of your journey steps you can go through, and as you do that, each of these, so like we'll unlock things like the all out active modifier, prime time, reversal, and then as you do primary objectives, some of those will unlock some of the passives. So this is really based on you having completed enough of those, or at least know which ones can kind of work here. Everyone knows St. Elmos is pretty much a top tier weapon. It is exotic, but it falls pretty frequently. You could swap this out with a Lexington. I think everybody got the Lexington recently. Lexington also has killer on it, which is kind of nice because though this is perfect killer on the Dark Winter, actually I think I have a Lexington pretty handy. I can show Lexington, if you throw killer, you could have extend your critical hit chance, or you could do things like Optimist. This one's perfect, but Optimist will give you extra weapon damage based on how much ammo is left in the magazine. For this build in particular, I want to see Elmos just because I have extra ammo capacity. So in this case, I have a 70 round mag, and I carry the Dark Winter as a secondary just because of the rate of fire. And then, of course, 4-piece strikers gives you 3 pieces give you 15% rate of fire, 15% weapon handling, and then weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. So you definitely want to get those stacks. You'll notice that there's actually 5 blue cores here, so I have 1.7 million, and actually I need to get this up to 12% on the proficiency, which is pretty cheap to do. I probably should have done that before doing this, but keep in mind when you do that, each proficiency value or expertise value, I should say the right thing, expertise, gives you 1% extra armor. So by doing that, even at 10 on each of these, you've added another 60% armor, depending on what the base armor was for each of the pieces. Bellstone is nice. 1 piece gives you 1% armor regen, but 2 gives you 10% armor on kill. So every time you kill an NPC, you get 10% of your armor back. Running the specialization, gunner specialization, will also give you armor on kill. We'll take a quick peek at that. So if you inspect this, one of these armor kits, yeah, killing an enemy grants 10% armor. So that's a big benefit here. So you basically every kill will give you back 20% of your armor. That helps you out dramatically. Obviously, reloading a lot because of the way that I play with this. You'll see every third reload's 50% faster. The armor repair kit, it's nice that you get the bonus armor, except again with the playstyle I use for this, you still can get shredded. There's a better armor kit with the specialization where you get the crossbow. Otherwise, you get a rate of fire increase, 5% on kills for 5 seconds. Hopefully you're killing things fast. And you generate ammo, which is good, so you don't run out of ammo too quickly. You won't be standing still, so no real benefit here, but then you make sure that for your AR and your secondary, which could be a shotgun, in this case, I should probably be boosting my SMG, which I could for this case. So I'll give you an extra 15% damage there. All right, on top of that, the talents that I'm using are Adrenaline Rush, because you get 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Whenever you're within 10 meters of an enemy, you're going to be up close and personal, if you will, with this. So this is really beneficial. You'll be proccing this a lot. The cooldown's 5 seconds. Keep that in mind. And at the same time, when you have bonus armor, you get 1 stack each second up to a max of 9. And that increases your weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. You're going to be within that same range. So as long as that intimidate is, as long as adrenaline rush is proccing, then you'll be doing extra damage. Now, where the modifiers come into play on this, I tend to use all out, because when that's active, whatever zone the enemy is killed in will now count for the full range spectrum, but this effect will slowly decrease for each 5%. It decreases, you receive 5% weapon damage. So you want to make sure you trigger this at the right opportunity, especially like if you happen to know that it's a bunch of NPCs coming out of a spawn location or something like that. Liability, in this case, you're going to be right in the faces of the NPCs. So any armored enemies, you're going to deal 30% more damage in short range. So that's everything close to you. I think this is around 5 meters. You will take more damage, but again, hoping that with the bonus armor you get from Intimidate, and then of course the excessive armor on kills will help offset that for you. You're going to want Quicken as well in this, which is mid-range. We'll be doing a lot of mid-range damage too, but every critical hit at mid-range will help reduce your active skill cooldowns by 3%. Since you're carrying a reviver, you will probably get knocked down, and that's like a 3-minute cooldown. So, you know, you can adjust your positioning and fight, and you'll find that that cooldown goes by really fast just through fighting. And then the last modifier I like to use is one of the multi-zones. In this case, persistence. Don't really take advantage of the long range here, because you really just don't do a lot of damage on this long range. But medium range gives you 30% accuracy, and short range gives you 20% movement speed, which is really great. So when you kill an enemy at short range, you're going to move really fast, so you can move from enemy to enemy rather quickly. You could play with some of the others. Again, with this build, it's not intended to be a long range. At best, medium range, and of course short range. There's probably different ways to play with this. This was just, I'm running PFE mods on here, which do nothing with the reds and the purples, but helps out with the elites. Stats-wise, it's not super impressive. I'm less than 50% critical hit chance, which isn't ideal. You usually want to be 50% or higher, but I'll take it. It still works. Putting out plenty of critical hit damage. Haven't finished optimizing this gear piece, but it's not far off, so I'm not going to get much more gain on those crits. But this is giving me 36%, because I have 13% mods for my PFEs. So that's 30% protection from elites, and it does make a difference, including in some legendary content with that I've been trying out. This is really like good solo PVE. It can work in group as well, but you are dependent on needing to get some kills to stay alive. So this isn't like a mind-blowing build like where you're gonna like own the entire world of the game. But if you're looking for something new to try out, you know, try it out. The TDI card custom is really just for the extra skill tier. So if I am playing with somebody else, I can at least get an extra charge on the reviver, help pick them up if they get dropped. So what we can do is let's go see how much I can embarrass myself on a control point. Already mopped through a few of those. Try and see if I can find something that makes me look really terrible. How about falling cranes? This one's always crazy because there's almost always some other garbage that comes in while you're trying to do this one, so this is always a good test. Make sure I got rounds and everything. So you do want to be mindful of losing your shield, but again, with that quicken modifier, it will come back. You just have to remember that when your shield breaks, you get stunned. Here, we'll do this. How about we do this real quick? These guys are going to burn me probably, but Ay, 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 I can't see them. See where these guys come out from. So you can see I'm proccing. None of these are elites, which is unfortunate, but you can see me take a lot of damage. Protect myself. And I guess that's that. So, not the best example. There were no elites there. The reds don't have armor, so that liability modifier doesn't really give you any benefit against them. The purples are armored, so are the yellows, because they're elites, so you will get that 30% damage to those enemies. I'll just kind of trudge on here. On these control points in your solo, because the action is so fast, one of the challenges is if you do want to call for backup, just try and get a little assistance from them. It can be hard because being able to fire off that flare while staying alive isn't always the easiest thing. Oh boy, I caught myself on fire. Let's see what's going on over here. I hear somebody. One more. You see how fast I'm running after that kill? 20% movement. Alright, there. You're not going to put out super insane numbers. Again, it's all about what kind of damage am I going to be doing up close against these guys. Just try and make sure your back's not too exposed. If you play your cards right, you'll be able to catch these guys at the spawn. Like this. They're behind me. Not ideal. This guy's not going to be my friend, is he? So look at that, 900. He went down pretty easily. Let's get up here and finish these guys off. I don't like it when they run away from me. Give them a little burn. Get away from that car. Still surviving. Got armor regen. Might not get rogues here because I waited so long. Oh, but see what I'm talking about? There's always some sort of garbage. I'm going to hold off firing that flare. Let's get this resource convoy. You could probably take them both on. It just can be a little less fun. Look at these guys wailing on me. It's not nice. Oh, I might go down here. Oh. These reloads will get you. Almost already got my shield back. Alright, we're still alive for the moment. Try and shoot him in the boom pouch. What? How is that guy still alive? Oh, because it's an elite. If you don't know the differences, outside of the fact that there's 3 waves, on the elites, I think they tend to come out before you've killed the last dad. Oh, I'm tired of getting burned. Melted. Next wave should be coming. Not the way I wanted to go. Not fair if they get that protection from the car. Detecting additional hostile contacts. They just keep coming. You got nothing. Alright, that's done. Make sure we got some ammo for the next part. I have no idea. Let's fire this flare and get it wrapped up.
Reinforcements incoming.
Of course, they're going to come right back. Oh boy. Oh, come around the other side. Oh, they're keeping me moving. I got a medic, but you see how fast I'm running? Gets me back here quicker. He's done. Oh, don't get on that minigun. Oh, that tuck and roll did not work. That was pretty quick, pretty exciting. Keeps the game a little bit more interesting where you're not just completely fighting from cover, or if you don't want to, if you're not as comfortable running just full DPS all reds, you can at least do something like this that lets you stay alive. This is, in my mind, very dependent on the modifiers. You can turn the modifiers off, which I'll do here. We can go do the whatever this is, a little oh, this could be interesting. The hostages. Turn these off and see what happens. You just might not put out as much damage. You can probably still survive, but the real issue is if you do go down, your reviver picks you up, you gotta run. Oh boy, this is not great. Uh-oh. See, I'm losing out on all that damage at the close range. It just makes it that much harder. Those drones are going to get me. And I have to wait the full 15 seconds for that shield to come back too. I really felt like I turned the modifiers off. I guess they're just off for me.
Friendly control nearby. Incoming hostiles detected.
Careful out there.
Uh-oh. See, I'm not doing much damage from far away. At least she's down. I know there's a mini tank over here I don't want to deal with. Chase this guy down. And we're done. Well, there we go. You see that it works with and without modifiers. Would love to know what your thoughts are, if it worked for you guys. If not, you shout it out. Thanks for watching.